Have you ever stopped to wonder where humanity's fascination with divinity truly began? Long before towering cathedrals pierced the skies or sacred scriptures were etched onto scrolls, the human imagination reached for the heavens, the earth, and the forces beyond to make sense of existence. But who were the very first gods? And what do their stories reveal about the dawn of belief itself? Recorded in the earliest writings of ancient civilizations, these gods weren't just figures of myth, they were the architects of human understanding, shaping how our ancestors viewed the cosmos and their place within it. Their names might echo faintly in modern ears, but their legacy still ripples through time, connecting us to the very origins of spirituality. The mystery of these first recorded gods lies not just in their age, but in what they symbolize: humanity's relentless pursuit of meaning. Through the faded ink of clay tablets and the cryptic carvings on temple walls, ancient cultures documented their reverence for forces they could not see but profoundly felt. These gods were more than symbols, they were answers to the unanswerable. Who controls the rains and the sun? Who wields the power of creation and destruction? And most hauntingly, what happens after death? This video dives deep into these profound questions by uncovering the stories of the 5 oldest gods ever recorded. From the stormy heavens of Mesopotamia to the fiery deserts of Egypt, we'll explore how these deities emerged from the earliest human settlements, carrying with them the hopes, fears, and aspirations of their worshippers. These ancient texts serve as humanity's first bridge to the divine, revealing both the power and vulnerability of civilizations trying to make sense of the universe. As we journey through the myths of these gods, you'll see how they shaped not only their own cultures, but laid the groundwork for the pantheons and religions that followed. Each name on this list is more than a mere figure in history. They are reflections of human ingenuity, creativity, and awe in the face of life's mysteries. By the end, you'll not only know their stories, but understand why they remain relevant even in our modern world. So, are you ready to step into the ancient world and meet the gods who gave humanity its first glimpses of the divine? Let's begin. Anu, the Sumerian sky god. Among the sprawling myths of the ancient world, one name emerges from the primordial chaos as the cornerstone of divine authority. Anu, the Sumerian sky god. Anu isn't just a god. He is the god, the celestial figurehead of the Sumerian pantheon, and the source from which all divine and mortal power flows. To understand Anu's significance, we must first delve into the civilization that gave birth to him. The Sumerians, often hailed as the first recorded civilization, flourished in Mesopotamia, a fertile land cradled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. It was here, around 3100 BCE, that writing, city-states, and some of the earliest religious texts emerged. These ancient records, etched into clay tablets, provide the first glimpses of humanity's attempt to document the divine. At their apex stands Anu, a god so revered that his name became synonymous with the heavens themselves. In Sumerian mythology, Anu represents the sky, the overarching vault that shelters and governs the cosmos. His story begins in the primordial waters of chaos, where he emerges as the progenitor of the gods. Anu's authority is unmatched. He is the god of kings and the king of gods. In the Sumerian creation myth, Anu's role is foundational. He is the source of divine power, delegating responsibilities to other gods while remaining the untouchable figurehead of the pantheon. Through his decree, the cosmos is ordered, with the heavens, earth, and underworld assigned their proper rulers. Yet, Anu himself often remains distant, a figure of immense authority but few direct actions, emphasizing his status as the ultimate arbiter of divine will. This detachment adds to his mystique, making him both an enigma and a symbol of celestial perfection. One of the most famous stories tied to Anu involves his role in shaping humanity's destiny. According to some versions of the Sumerian myths, it was Anu who decided to create humans to serve the gods. However, when humans grew too numerous and noisy, Anu's decision to send a catastrophic flood to control them became one of the most enduring themes of Mesopotamian mythology. This tale not only cemented Anu's authority, but also highlighted the delicate balance of divine favor and wrath in the ancient world. Anu's influence stretches far beyond the boundaries of Sumer. As Mesopotamian culture evolved, so too did its gods, yet Anu retained his place at the apex of the divine hierarchy. In later Akkadian and Babylonian myths, Anu became a key figure, shaping the identities of gods like Marduk and Ashur. His name and attributes became intertwined with the heavens in nearly every Mesopotamian religion. Even as new deities rose to prominence, Anu's legacy persisted, a testament to the enduring power of his myth. He was not merely a god, but the embodiment of order, authority, and the unchanging sky that watched over all creation. Anu's influence also reached beyond myth into the social and political structures of Mesopotamia. Kings, seen as representatives of the divine on earth, often invoked Anu to legitimize their authority. Temples dedicated to him, like the great ziggurats, were not only places of worship but also symbols of the connection between heaven and earth. This made Anu's presence felt in every aspect of Sumerian life, from the grand rituals of the priesthood to the everyday prayers of the common people. Moreover, Anu's legacy is not confined to Mesopotamia. His influence can be seen in the broader context of ancient civilizations. Aspects of Anu's character and his centrality in the pantheon inspired similar figures in other cultures, from the Hittites to the early Greeks. Even today, Anu's story provides a lens through which we can understand the human desire to connect with the infinite, to impose order on chaos, and to find meaning in the vastness of the sky. By the time the last clay tablets were written, Anu's name had become a timeless symbol of divine authority. Though his role in myths may have been distant, his presence was always felt, an eternal reminder of the sky's vastness and the enduring human search for transcendence. To this day, Anu's story remains a cornerstone of our understanding of the earliest gods, a testament to the Sumerians' monumental legacy and humanity's first recorded steps toward the divine. Ptah, the Egyptian creator god. Among the gods of ancient Egypt, Ptah stands as a figure of immense significance, a creator deity whose craftsmanship and ingenuity shape the very fabric of existence. Known as the god of artisans, architects, and builders, Ptah's role in Egyptian mythology transcends the physical realm, venturing into the profound mysteries of creation itself. He was not a god of war or conquest, nor did he claim dominion over the natural forces like the sun or the Nile. Instead, Ptah's power lay in his ability to conceive and manifest through thought and speech, embodying the notion that creation begins with an idea. His presence was most revered in the city of Memphis, the heart of Egyptian craftsmanship and innovation, where he was venerated as the ultimate architect of both the material and spiritual worlds. The story of Ptah's act of creation is one of the most fascinating and unique in ancient Egyptian mythology. According to the Memphite theology, a text carved on a stone stele during the 25th dynasty, Ptah created the world not through battle or toil, but through the sheer power of his words. The theology describes how Ptah first conceived of creation in his heart, the seat of intellect and emotion in Egyptian thought. He then brought these ideas into existence by speaking their names aloud, a process that highlights the divine potency of language and thought. Through this method, Ptah crafted not only the physical world, but also the gods themselves, including Adam, who would later be associated with the Ennead of Heliopolis. In this way, Ptah is portrayed as a creator of creators, the unseen force behind all that is tangible and intangible. Ptah's method of creation carries a profound philosophical weight, reflecting the Egyptians' deep respect for the power of intellectual and artistic expression. His story diverges from the more action-oriented myths of deities like Ra or Osiris, emphasizing instead the quiet yet boundless power of thought, imagination, and articulation. This notion positioned Ptah as a god uniquely suited to the needs of craftsmen and builders, those who transformed raw materials into structures, tools, and works of art. In honoring Ptah, these artisans celebrated not only their patron deity, but also the creative process itself, a divine act mirrored in their daily labor. The legacy of Ptah extends far beyond his role as a creator. In Egyptian culture, he became a symbol of stability, intellect, and craftsmanship, values that were essential to the enduring greatness of their civilization. His association with the city of Memphis further solidified his status as a central figure in Egyptian religious life. The Grand Temple of Ptah in Memphis was one of the most important religious sites in ancient Egypt, serving as a hub for worship, education, and the arts. Here, priests and artisans alike paid homage to the god who inspired their work, ensuring that Ptah's influence permeated both the spiritual and practical aspects of Egyptian life. Ptah's impact was not confined to Egypt. As Egyptian culture spread, so too did the reverence for this innovative deity. In later periods, Ptah's attributes were assimilated into the identities of other gods, such as the Greek Hephaestus and the Roman Vulcan, deities of fire and craftsmanship. This cross-cultural influence underscores Ptah's universal appeal as a god of creation and ingenuity. Even in modern times, Ptah's legacy endures as a symbol of human creativity and the transformative power of ideas. Through Ptah, we gain insight into a civilization that placed immense value on the act of creation, not just as a means of survival, but as a divine endeavor. His story reminds us that the world as we know it begins with an idea, a thought that is spoken into existence. Whether through the meticulous work of ancient Egyptian artisans or the grand architectural achievements of their civilization, Ptah's influence is evident in every stone, statue, and temple they left behind. By honoring him, the Egyptians celebrated their own capacity for creation, a testament to their belief that in every act of craftsmanship, a touch of the divine could be found. As one of the oldest and most enduring gods in Egyptian mythology, Ptah's story continues to inspire, reminding us of the timeless connection between thought, speech, and creation. His legacy lives on not only in the monuments and artifacts of ancient Egypt, but also in the enduring human drive to build, innovate, and bring ideas to life. Ptah's tale is not just a myth, it's a reflection of the profound human understanding that the power to create begins within us all. Enlil, the Sumerian storm god. In the pantheon of Sumerian mythology, Enlil reigns as one of its most powerful and influential gods, embodying the unpredictable and awe-inspiring force of storms. As the god of wind, air, and storms, Enlil held a position of unparalleled dominance, second only to Anu in the celestial hierarchy. Revered as the executor of divine will, he was both a bringer of prosperity and a harbinger of destruction, encapsulating the dual nature of storms that could nourish crops or obliterate entire cities. His name, derived from the Sumerian words for Lord Wind, speaks to his profound connection with the forces of nature, particularly the winds that swept through the Mesopotamian plains. For the Sumerians, Enlil was not merely a god but a divine intermediary whose favor or wrath dictated their survival in a land of fragile balance between life and death. Central to Enlil's mythos is his role in the Sumerian flood myth, one of the earliest recorded accounts of a great deluge that parallels later stories in other cultures, such as Noah's Ark in the Bible or Utnapishtim in the Epic of Gilgamesh. According to the myth, Enlil grew weary of humanity's clamor and disobedience, their noise disrupting the peace of the gods. In his divine judgment, Enlil decided to unleash a catastrophic flood to cleanse the earth of humankind's transgressions. However, the story takes a pivotal turn when another god, Ea or Enki, defies Enlil's decree by warning a righteous man, Ziusudra, of the impending disaster. Ziusudra constructs an ark, preserving life and earning the god's eventual repentance. This tale, steeped in themes of divine justice, mercy, and human resilience, underscores Enlil's dual nature, a god of justice capable of immense wrath, yet integral to the preservation of cosmic balance. Enlil's dominance in Sumerian mythology extended far beyond his role in the flood myth. He was seen as the protector of order and civilization, a god whose authority governed the interactions between gods and mortals. In temple hymns and prayers, Enlil was often portrayed as the ultimate judge, his decrees shaping the destinies of both gods and men. His sanctuary, the Ekher Temple in Nippur, was considered the epicenter of divine governance, a place where kings sought Enlil's blessing to legitimize their rule. The temple's prominence highlights Enlil's role not just as a natural force, but as a political and spiritual cornerstone in Sumerian society. The legacy of Enlil as a storm god extends beyond Sumer, influencing the mythology of later Mesopotamian cultures and even other civilizations. His attributes were mirrored in deities such as Marduk, the chief god of Babylon, and Baal, the Canaanite storm god. The concept of a storm deity wielding immense power over both nature and humanity became a recurring archetype in ancient religions, shaping how later societies viewed their gods. Enlil's legacy also influenced the literary tradition, with echoes of his character found in other great storm gods, such as Zeus in Greek mythology and Thor in Norse lore. His dual role as destroyer and protector became a template for understanding the duality of divine power. Enlil's impact was not limited to myth and religion. His influence permeated Sumerian culture, serving as a reminder of the fragility of human life in the face of nature's fury. The Sumerians, who depended on the Tigris and Euphrates rivers for survival, understood that their existence was inextricably tied to forces beyond their control. Enlil's storms could bring rains that nourished their crops, or unleash floods that obliterated entire settlements. This unpredictable relationship with nature was embodied in Enlil's character, making him both revered and feared. Through Enlil, we glimpse the complexity of the Sumerian worldview, a culture deeply aware of humanity's precarious position in a vast and often hostile cosmos. His myths reflect the duality of existence, where creation and destruction, life and death, are inextricably linked. As a storm god, Enlil symbolized this balance, a divine force whose wrath was as essential as his blessings. His enduring influence reminds us of the timeless human endeavor to understand and coexist with the natural world. By examining Enlil's story, we uncover more than just the narrative of a storm god. We uncover a fundamental truth about the human condition. The fears, hopes, and struggles of the Sumerians, as expressed through their reverence for Enlil, continue to resonate across time, reflecting our own relationship with the forces that shape our lives. In his thunderous voice and sweeping winds, Enlil remains a powerful symbol of humanity's attempt to find meaning and order in the chaos of the natural world. Inana, the Sumerian goddess of love and war. Inana, the Sumerian goddess of love and war, stands as one of the most complex and multifaceted figures in ancient mythology. Revered for her dual nature as both a nurturer and a warrior, Inana embodies the extremes of human emotion and experience: passion and fury, creation and destruction, love and conquest. Her character defies simplicity, as she wields immense power in realms traditionally seen as opposites. She is the goddess of fertility, sensuality, and compassion, yet also of strategy, conflict, and vengeance. This duality makes Inanna not only a captivating deity, but also a reflection of the multifaceted human spirit. For the Sumerians, who lived in a world of constant change and unpredictability, Inanna was a divine force who could grant blessings or wreak havoc, a figure to be revered and feared in equal measure. One of the most compelling stories in Inanna's mythological canon is her descent into the underworld, a tale that highlights her unparalleled courage and resilience. In this narrative, Inanna descends into the realm of Ereshkigal, her sister and the queen of the underworld, in a quest to expand her dominion and confront the mysteries of death. To enter this shadowy realm, Inanna is required to pass through 7 gates, and at each gate, she must shed a piece of her royal attire, her crown, her jewelry, and her robes, symbolizing the stripping away of her power and identity. By the time she reaches Ereshkigal's throne, Inanna is naked and vulnerable, a stark contrast to her usual image of strength and divinity. Ereshkigal, threatened by Inanna's presence, strikes her dead, and the goddess is left hanging lifeless in the underworld. However, Inanna's story does not end in defeat. Her faithful servant, Ninshubur, appeals to the gods for help, and through a series of divine interventions, Inanna is resurrected and allowed to return to the land of the living. This dramatic journey from life to death and back again is laden with symbolism, representing cycles of renewal, transformation, and the indomitable power of the feminine spirit. Inanna's descent into the underworld is not merely a tale of survival. It is a testament to her audacity to face the unknown and emerge stronger, a story that resonates across cultures and eras. Inanna's legacy is profound, extending far beyond the boundaries of ancient Sumer. She has been celebrated as a symbol of feminine strength and complexity, her myths inspiring countless interpretations and adaptations over the millennia. Inanna's dual nature, balancing love and war, life and death, challenges traditional notions of gender and power, making her one of history's earliest icons of what could be seen as feminist ideology. Her unapologetic embrace of both her nurturing and combative sides illustrates a model of womanhood that refuses to be confined by societal expectations. In the modern era, Inanna's story continues to inspire, her image often invoked in literature, art, and activism as a symbol of empowerment and resilience. Inanna's influence can also be seen in the evolution of other deities. Known as Ishtar in later Mesopotamian cultures, she became a prominent figure in Akkadian and Babylonian mythology, retaining her associations with love, war, and the cycles of life and death. Her attributes can even be traced to later goddesses in other traditions, such as Aphrodite in Greek mythology and Venus in Roman lore, though their more singular associations with love lack the duality that defined Inanna's character. This enduring legacy underscores her importance not just as a deity, but as a cultural and spiritual archetype, representing the complexities of the human experience. Inanna's myths also provide a window into the societal and religious values of the Sumerians. Her willingness to challenge authority, confront danger, and navigate the liminal spaces between life and death reflects the Sumerian understanding of the divine as a dynamic force, capable of nurturing growth and unleashing chaos. Through Inanna, the Sumerians articulated their own struggles with identity, power, and the cycles of existence, imbuing her stories with a timeless quality that continues to resonate. Today, Inanna's tale is celebrated not only as a piece of ancient mythology, but as a narrative rich with relevance for modern audiences. Her descent into the underworld is often interpreted as a metaphor for personal transformation, a journey through darkness that leads to renewal and enlightenment. Her defiance of traditional roles and embrace of complexity inspire those who seek to challenge societal norms and embrace their own dualities. Inanna's story is a reminder that power lies in adaptability and that true strength comes from the willingness to face our vulnerabilities. Through her enduring myths, Inanna remains a powerful symbol of love and war, death and rebirth, and the boundless potential of the human spirit. Her legacy bridges the ancient and the modern, connecting us to a time when gods walked among us and reminding us that their stories still hold wisdom and inspiration for the challenges of today. Ra, the Egyptian sun god. In the vast pantheon of Egyptian mythology, few deities are as central and revered as Ra, the mighty god of the sun. To the ancient Egyptians, the sun was far more than a source of light and warmth. It was the embodiment of life itself, a daily miracle that brought order to the chaos of existence. Ra, as the personification of the sun, held the ultimate position in the Egyptian divine hierarchy, a symbol of creation, renewal, and the unyielding cycle of life and death. His influence permeated every aspect of Egyptian culture, from their religious practices to their understanding of the cosmos, making him not only a god, but a universal force that sustained the world. The Egyptians believed that without Ra's guidance, the balance of Ma'at, order, truth, and harmony, would dissolve, plunging the world into chaos. The most iconic aspect of Ra's mythology is his daily journey through the sky and his perilous voyage through the underworld each night. As the sun, Ra was depicted traveling across the heavens in a solar bark or boat, bringing light and life to the world during the day. However, his journey did not end at sunset. As night fell, Ra descended into the Duat, the Egyptian underworld, where he faced a series of challenges and battles against the forces of chaos, most notably the serpent Apep. Apep, a colossal embodiment of evil and destruction, sought to devour Ra and extinguish his light, an event that would spell doom for the cosmos. Each night, Ra confronted Apep in a dramatic struggle that symbolized the eternal conflict between order and chaos. Armed with the support of other gods such as Set, who often acted as his defender, Ra vanquished Apep, ensuring that the sun would rise again and life would continue. This cyclical battle was not only a testament to Ra's strength, but also a profound metaphor for the resilience of life itself. It illustrated the Egyptians' belief in the perpetual renewal of the cosmos, a cycle of death and rebirth that echoed in their own existence and their hope for an afterlife. Ra's legacy extends far beyond his role in mythology, influencing both Egyptian culture and the development of religious thought worldwide. As a central figure in Egyptian religion, Ra was worshipped in temples and ceremonies that highlighted his importance as the sustainer of life. His association with the pharaohs, who were seen as his earthly representatives, further solidified his role as a symbol of divine authority and legitimacy. The Temple of Ra at Heliopolis, one of the most significant religious centers in ancient Egypt, served as a hub for his worship and a place where his role as the supreme deity was celebrated. Over time, Ra's identity evolved and merged with other deities, reflecting the dynamic nature of Egyptian religion. He became Ra-Horakhti, a fusion with Horus that emphasized his dominion over the heavens, and Amun-Ra, a combination with Amun that symbolized the unity of creation and the hidden power of the universe. These syncretic forms of Ra highlight his adaptability and enduring relevance in a constantly changing religious landscape. His symbolism as the sun god, an eternal force of life and order, resonated deeply, ensuring that his worship endured for millennia. Ra's influence is not confined to ancient Egypt. His symbolism and mythology have left a lasting impact on global religious and cultural traditions. The concept of a sun deity, representing life, creation, and renewal, is a recurring theme in many cultures, from the solar gods of Mesopotamia to the sun worship in pre-Columbian America. Even in modern times, Ra's imagery and stories continue to captivate, serving as inspiration in art, literature, and spirituality. His enduring presence reflects the universal human fascination with the sun as a source of energy, power, and mystery. The legacy of Ra also extends to the philosophical and metaphorical realms. His daily battle against Apep symbolizes the constant struggle between light and darkness, order and chaos, a theme that transcends time and culture. It serves as a reminder of resilience and the inevitability of renewal, a narrative that resonates deeply with human experience. For the Egyptians, Ra's triumph each morning was a promise of hope and stability, a reassurance that life would endure despite the challenges of the night. Through Ra, we glimpse the profound connection the Egyptians felt with the natural world and their place within it. His story is not just a myth, but a reflection of their understanding of life's cycles and the eternal forces that shape existence. Ra's journey across the sky and through the underworld is a tale of persistence, balance, and the unyielding power of light, offering insights into the human spirit that remain as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. As we've explored the myths of the 5 oldest gods in written history, Anu, Ptah, Enlil, Inanna, and Ra, it becomes clear that these ancient stories are far more than relics of the past. They are profound reflections of humanity's earliest attempts to understand the mysteries of existence. These myths are interconnected, weaving together themes of creation, power, love, war, life, and death. Across different cultures and epochs, they reveal a shared human fascination with the divine and an enduring need to impose order on the chaos of the cosmos. Through these stories, we see civilizations grappling with questions that are still relevant today. Where do we come from? What drives the forces of nature? And what lies beyond our mortal lives? What makes these myths so captivating is their timelessness. They are not just accounts of gods and their deeds, but allegories for the human condition. Anu's celestial authority mirrors our desire for structure and justice. Ptah's creative ingenuity speaks to the transformative power of thought and speech. Enlil's stormy duality embodies the fragile balance of life's blessings and trials. Inanna's descent and resurrection symbolize resilience and renewal, while Ra's daily journey reminds us of the eternal struggle between light and darkness. Together, these narratives form a tapestry of meaning, highlighting humanity's unending quest to find purpose and connection in a vast and mysterious universe. As we conclude this journey into the ancient world, it's worth reflecting on the enduring relevance of these stories. They have influenced countless cultures, shaped religious and philosophical thought, and provided a foundation for understanding the divine. But perhaps their most profound legacy is their ability to inspire us. Even in the modern world, where science and technology dominate, these myths remind us of the power of storytelling to convey truths that transcend time. If you've enjoyed this exploration of the oldest gods in history, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Which God's story resonated most with you? Do you see parallels between these ancient myths and modern beliefs? Don't forget to like this video, share it with others who might be fascinated by these timeless tales, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the myths and mysteries of the past. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Until next time, may the light of Ra guide you, the wisdom of Anu inspire you, and the courage of Inana strengthen you.